Yes, my name's Tom O'Neill. I'm a Lincoln Parish boy, born here, grew up across the street. Uh, Been in the family business for decades now. I currently serve as the president of O'Neill Gas and Hercules Transport. O'Neill Gas is a home heating and ag propane service business that is across North Louisiana and now into South Arkansas. Hercules Transport is an LP gas marketing company that services the refinery and chemical industry in the Gulf Coast. We have terminals in Shootert and Baton Rouge and in Houston. I was the lucky kid that kind of grew up in a propane truck. Like I said, lived across the street here. Grew up, I'm the oldest of four. I have three sisters, and so I was the kid that was following everybody around the shop and the propane business. And so I really kind of grew up organically, learned that my dad started the business 70 years ago now. I left here after college. I went to Tech with an economics degree, and lo and behold, I got a job offer in Houston, Texas to work for energy gas liquids part of Dow Chemical, and it paid $22,000 a year. I was certain that I couldn't spend that much money. I could not wait to get to Houston. And that ended up being a 10-year stint. And I was 20-something years old. I didn't plan 10 years ahead. But I had a very fortunate experience there. I had great bosses, and had a lot of folks that helped me in the business. I met a lot of people in the business, some who are still my customers today. I met my wife in Houston when we moved to Baton Rouge. All my girls were born in Baton Rouge, and I have four daughters. And so we stayed there because the business was growing, and that commercial corridor basically between New Orleans and Baton Rouge was booming and still is booming. And there are a lot of refineries, chemical companies, and gas plants all along that part of South Louisiana. You know, people don't think about Louisiana. We think about a lot of great, we have great food, we have great music, we have great people, and we're known for our natural resources like, ag and sugarcane, and up here is pine trees. But often people don't think about what probably our greatest natural resources is that river that divides this state. It's called the Mississippi, and songs have been written about it, and people have written novels and poems about it for decades. But it's important. The last time I looked, New Orleans was the third largest port in the nation. And why is that? Because that river connects Louisiana and us to the rest of the mid-continent, and it's huge. So there are only a handful of ways to move large volumes of hydrocarbons or liquids, and that's by water, which means you've got to have a navigable waterway or a port, or by rail, or by pipeline, or by truck. We happen to be on the truck side of that. So obviously the others, you got to have either a waterway or a rail or enough volume to justify the cost of building a pipeline. Well, I'm very honored and very astounded. I feel really overwhelmed almost. It's Will Dimron has been a dear friend for many, many years here since he was a young student at Louisiana Tech, and he called and asked if he could come by my office Monday, and didn't say what he wanted. And I thought, oh man, one of the kids is sick, or there's something going on. And then he pulls up, and Jeff from the bank pulls up, and Ryan from the bank pulls up, and I'm going, oh boy, it really is something bad. But anyway, I was very humbled and surprised. My father won this award 20-something years ago, and so that it makes it even that much more special. Don't limit yourself. If I was a 20-something-year-old and could have stayed right here in Shootert, there would have been nothing wrong with that. But I had an opportunity in another city, and I took it. And looking back on that now, 30 years later, that was a tremendously smart thing to do. I didn't know it was smart at the time. I just did it because I wanted to get the money. I couldn't have known at that time that it could have been that beneficial to me in my career.
Mr. Tom, what's next?
Well, I'm not quite ready to ride off into the sunset. Look, I've been very blessed in my life here. A great family. My health's pretty good, and I probably play a little more than I used to, but that's okay. I'm still excited about business, and we are in a truly dynamic energy business that's, as we said earlier, is not just regional, it's worldwide, and to me, it's exciting. I think there are lots of opportunities, and I think we can grow both of these companies. As I said earlier, it's great people and strategically embracing the technology and taking good care of people, both customers and our employees, and the community. So I intend to be active for many more years.